We are live, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? Thank you all for joining me for this video. Thank you for tuning in for my live SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver 4 preview and predictions video. Of course, both events are coming up this Saturday and Sunday, respectively, live on the WWE Network. Of course, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 airing on the 18th at 8 p.m. And then, of course, we got SummerSlam 2018 airing at 7 p.m. on the 19th. So it's going to be a big weekend of wrestling. Looking forward to it, as always. Been a while since I've done some live videos, but don't you worry. More live video content will be coming soon to this channel. And before I get into the predictions and previews, I want to say, guys, over 100,000 views on this channel. Thank you to everyone who has ever tuned in to watch a video on this channel. Could not have done it without you. So I just wanted to say thank you. And also be sure to check out my new personal vlog video. Going to be doing those roughly maybe once or twice a month, so stay tuned for that. Went up and worked with Matt Kane, head of the Kane Action Team, so be sure to check out that video. The links to their page can be found in that video's description. They're a great group of guys to work with out of Akron, Ohio, so cannot say enough great things about them, so shout out to them. Hope to have them on soon, one day on the channel, so there you go. So with all that being said, guys, let's dive into our preview and predictions video. First, we're going to take a look at NXT TakeOver 4 Brooklyn, which has an outstanding lineup here on paper. And I'm going to try and do a little camera capture here so we can get the matches up here. And give me a second here. Screen share. All right, get everything set. There you go. So our first match here on the card is EC3 versus the Velveteen Dream. This should be a good match between two of these guys here on NXT. I love EC3, but I have to give a slight edge to Velveteen Dream. I really love the way that he's been able to evolve his character and just, you know, from where he started to where he's gotten to now. I mean, it's really incredible, the rise of the Velveteen Dream. It just goes to show you the talent behind the character in Patrick Clark. As far as I think who's going to win this match, I think Velveteen Dream really needs a big win here. It's been a while since he has had a big win. It came up short in the NXT North American Championship match. When was his last win on an NXT TakeOver? It certainly has been a while. Because here, looking at the card here, he lost to Ricochet in Chicago, and he lost to TakeOver New Orleans. I think it was TakeOver Philadelphia. That was the last TakeOver that he won. He defeated, of course, Cassius Ohno. So I'm predicting that this will go the way of the Dream, and he will pick up a nice win here. Should be a solid match here on the TakeOver card. Moving on to our next match, speaking of the North American Championship, we have the NXT North American Championship. Adam Cole, baby, versus Ricochet. This should be an outstanding match. Could easily be one of the match of the weekends. I love how they've been booking Ricochet ever since he came into NXT. Adam Cole, since winning that North American Championship, thought he's had a nice run with the title, but I think that run comes to an end here at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. I think we will see Ricochet defeat Adam Cole in what should be one hell of a North American Championship match. I'm just happy to see NXT get that mid-card title. They have so much talent down there, you know, and it gives something for a guy like Ricochet and Adam Cole to fight over. And they're not just feuding, but they're also feuding for the NXT North American Championship. So I expect these two to go out there and to leave it all on the line. I think their styles will mesh really well together in that ring. And it should make for one hell of a match. Don't be surprised if this is your opener. I could definitely see this match opening. But I think Adam Cole's time as North American Champion will be coming to an end here. And I think Ricochet will walk out with that championship. Looking forward to this match, certainly. Move on to our next match here. The NXT Tag Team Championships are on the line. We have the Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly versus Moustache Mountain. Love these guys. Tyler Bate, Trent Seven. Man, did these two have a match of the year candidate on NXT or what? A couple weeks ago. That was an outstanding match. If you haven't seen that match, go out of your way and check it out. It was incredible. I mean, just the story that was told in that match on the July 11th edition of NXT. Phenomenal. So I'm expecting these two teams to go in there. I don't know if they'll be able to top that because that was a damn good tag team match. Probably the best tag team match I've seen in WWE all year. But it wouldn't surprise me. These two teams have really good chemistry. So as far as I feel who's going to win this match, I think the Undisputed Era will retain the titles. They got them back. I just don't see them dropping them that soon. I think Trent and Tyler Bate will put up a pretty good fight, but I think that will just come up short. Just that short. But like I said, this is still going to be an outstanding match I expect between these two teams. I expect them to lay it all on the line here in this tag team championship match. Should be some damn good stuff. And then we move on to our NXT Women's Championship match. Rematch from the Mae Young Classic last year. Of course, looking forward to the next Mae Young Classic, which is coming up very soon. Glad they're doing the weekly episodic editions rather than just dumping them all on the network at once. So it was nice to hear that confirmed as well. Might do some reviews on that if I have the time, so stay tuned for that. But getting back to this match here. Shayna Baszler, I think she's improved as NXT Women's Champion. I like her. I'm a fan of Shayna Baszler's. Kairi Sane, the woman that beat Shayna Baszler to win the Mae Young Classic. So there is history, there is precedent between these two. Can Kairi Sane be the one to defeat Shayna Baszler, who's been absolutely dominant since winning the NXT Women's Championship in April? It's a tough one. I'm going back and forth in my mind. I love how there's, these matches can really go either way. That's the nice thing about NXT. They usually surprise me. It's usually not, oh, that was really predictable, or, oh, saw that coming from a mile away. Even if it is predictable, predictable ain't a bad thing. So you got to keep that in mind. As far as I think who's going to win this match, I think Kairi Sane will give Shayna Baszler a good fight. A really good fight. She'll come close. But I think somehow, some way, Shayna Baszler will retain that NXT Women's Championship. I don't see her dropping it, at least not until the Evolution pay-per-view, because she will be defending the title on that show. I could definitely see a title change happening at Evolution. Not so sure that I see it happening here, even though Kairi has beaten Shayna before. It could happen, but I'm going to go on the opposite side of things and say that Shayna will retain her NXT Women's Championship. Should be a damn good match, though. I really like the match these two had at the Mae Young Classic last year. Will retain. Moving on to our main event. This was originally supposed to be a triple threat match featuring Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. Aleister Black injured. He is out for a number of weeks for the time being. Now we move on to the third match in this trilogy. NXT Champion Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer himself, versus Johnny Gargano in a last man standing match. I was really hoping for that Hell in a Cell stip. I really wanted to see Hell in a Cell. Maybe we'll get it. Could happen. But, yeah, I still like last man standing matches, don't get me wrong. Hey, what can you say? This feud between Gargano and Ciampa, with Ciampa getting the win in Chicago and driving Johnny Gargano to a new place, a darker place inside of his mind, just eating away at his inner psyche. It's been great stuff to watch. And then to see Gargano cost Aleister Black, his blind rage could not be controlled, led to Aleister Black losing the NXT Championship and handing the championship to his former best friend that stabbed him in the back. This has been one of the top feuds in WWE, next to The Miz and Daniel Bryan. That's been great, too, on SmackDown. We'll talk about that in a bit. This is going to be a great match. Originally, when this was a triple threat, I thought Ciampa was walking out the winner. I would like to see Johnny win. Something tells me It's too soon for Ciampa to lose that title. I think he will, but it's not going to happen now. Could very well not happen till WrestleMania weekend. Just saying. You could go that far. This story has yet to reach its conclusion. I don't think it concludes here. I think Ciampa finds a way to walk out and still remain your NXT champion. So, guys, that does it for the NXT portion of this preview and predictions video. Overall, it looks like an outstanding card, as NXT TakeOver always is. Less is certainly more with NXT. I'm sure it'll be the better two shows of the weekend, as it always is. I've yet to see a bad TakeOver, and this probably won't be. So cannot wait to do my live review, of course, of NXT TakeOver immediately following that show, so stay tuned for that. Now let's shift focus, guys, into the biggest party of the summer. Of course, I'm talking about SummerSlam 2018. We'll start from the bottom and work our way to the top. We got a kickoff show match, Raw Tag Team Champions, the B Team versus the Revival. You know, when the B Team won the titles at Extreme Rules, I was at that show. I was like, oh, that's cool. They got a, nice little win here. They'll probably hold the titles for maybe a week or two. Here we are going into SummerSlam. They just retained the Raw Tag Team Championships in a triple threat match this past Monday on Raw. We're getting a match here between them and the Revival. I would love to see the Revival, who have been so wasted on the main roster, and really I think them getting injured twice certainly didn't help matters. As far as I think who's going to walk out the winner of this match, I hope it's the Revival, because to me, both tag team divisions really don't got a whole lot going on for them. If I had it my way, I would just merge the tag titles together. I don't think there's really enough depth and talent to have two tag team divisions on both shows. That's just me. Just saying. I'd rather see one division. You have one men's tag team division, and then you can have one women's tag team division. That's what I would do. But, just saying. See, I'm predicting that the Revival will walk out with the Raw Tag Team Championships. Moving on to our second kickoff show match here. This should be a fun mixed tag match. I like the way they've been building up to this on SmackDown Live. Rusev Day. There you go. It's Rusev Day, everybody. Happy Rusev Day, one and all. Rusev and Lana teaming up to take on Andrade Cien Almas and the beautiful Zelina Vega. And Lana's just beautiful as well. Gorgeous. But this should be a fun mixed tag match. As far as I see who's picking up the win here. Andrade Cien Almas. He's been picking up a couple of nice wins here and there on SmackDown Live, getting a nice slow push to, hopefully that United States Championship level. I think we'll see him at no time. So I'm predicting that Andrade and Zelina Vega will walk out the winners. We'll definitely be tuning into the pre-show for this match. Should be fun. And then our final pre-show match. Haven't had a chance to watch a lot of 205 Live, guys, but this should be a really good match. Shame it's on the pre-show. But as is the case with the Cruiserweights, when was the last time they were on the main roster pay-per-view? I mean, it really... Honestly, I'd rather see the Cruiserweights on NXT TakeOver. Now, there's an idea. Cedric Alexander defending the Cruiserweight Championship versus Drew Gulak. Two outstanding competitors here. Alexander, of course, won the Cruiserweight Championship at WrestleMania 34 against Mustafa Ali. Nice match there. Like I said, I have not had a chance to catch that many episodes. I've heard good things about 205 Live. It's just I don't have the time, unfortunately, to watch. So I'm not really sure the storyline going into this, but I think this will be a good match between these two guys. As far as I see who's going to win this match, I'm going to predict that Drew Gulak will defeat Cedric Alexander to become the new Cruiserweight Champion. We don't have a match for Elias, but of course, we all know what WWE stands for, Walk with Elias, and this Sunday he will be performing his single greatest song to date at SummerSlam. And this will probably end with Bobby Lashley interrupting him and laying him out, but how cool would it be for The Rock to interrupt Elias at SummerSlam? Get my hopes up, Ain't going to happen, but that would be really cool to see. Move on to the main card here at SummerSlam. Like I said, neither of these tag matches is really doing it for me. We got the Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day for the SmackDown tag team titles. To be honest, I really forgot that the Bludgeon Brothers have been tag team champions. Their reign has really just been lackluster. They just continue to beat up jobber after jobber after jobber. And, I mean, they're there. I don't know. I just can't get into their whole gimmick and whatever. Oh, we smash people. Oh, we're angry. Oh, I don't know. It just, to me, it doesn't do anything for me. It wouldn't surprise me to see the New Day defeat them for the tag. I mean, I'd rather see the New Day as tag team champions. I mean, you know, as old as the New Day's act has gotten, they could still, you know, make me laugh and smile and whatever. I can have fun with the New Day. Love these guys. So, yeah, I'll predict that the New Day defeat the Bludgeon Brothers for the tag team championships. Because really, at least their reign would be more exciting than the Bludgeon Brothers. Because it's just been, sorry, it's just been boring. Speaking of boring, God, I feel like I'm doing preview predictions for Extreme Rules. Didn't we have this match already? We had it on Raw. The rubber match that nobody demanded. Finn Balor versus Constable. Constipated. Baron. Corbin. He certainly looks constipated in this photo. Why is this feud continuing? I guess you have something for both guys to do. I don't know. I just don't care. That's a shame because Finn's one of my favorites. And it's just like, what are we doing here? Be that as it may. Couldn't even get the Demon for this match. At least something. Maybe the Demon will show up, but I doubt it. When was the last time we saw the Demon? October. And I missed the Demon. Maybe one day. To me, Balor logically would win this match. I mean, he won the first one. He lost the second one. So this is 50-50 booking. So the old 50-50 card says, Finn Balor, come on down. You are going to win at SummerSlam. Yeah. Moving on, because I really have nothing else to say about that match. And this is surprising. Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I am really surprised that this didn't get changed to a triple threat match. I thought for sure this would become a triple threat match. Randy Orton, of course, being included. Of course, his vicious beatdowns onto Jeff Hardy. But no, we're just keeping this a one-on-one match. Okay, well, if that's the case, then I don't see Shinsuke Nakamura, who just won the title at Extreme Rules, losing it here at SummerSlam. If Randy Orton would be thrown into this match, if it became a triple threat match, I could see Randy Orton winning, but I don't see that happening, so Nakamura will retain. Just really, really surprising to not see this be a triple threat match. This match, my most anticipated match here on the SummerSlam card. Why is that? The build. That 8-year, the video package that they did on SmackDown was outstanding. Probably no, it wasn't. It was the best thing on that go-home show, SmackDown. I've loved the build to Miz, Daniel Bryan, just because of the realism, just because how real they've been able to make this feud feel. The heat, the animosity between these two going back to their NXT, the original incarnation of NXT, with the Miz being Daniel Bryan's pro, and just the tension, the animosity, and just being able to highlight every point building to this match. If we got more storytelling like this, like for this match, for all these other matches, I'd probably care a lot more about this card. Be that as it may, I expect these two to go out here and have an absolutely phenomenal match. Could steal the weekend. Wouldn't surprise me if it does. Now, there have been rumors out there floating around about Daniel Bryan's contract situation. Is he staying? Is he going? I think he's going to stay. However, as Bryan thrives as the underdog, as much as I would love to see Daniel Bryan defeat The Miz and shut him up, I think The Miz is going to eke out a win here. I think this story is far from over. So I'm predicting that, surprisingly, The Miz will beat Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. SmackDown Women's Championship match, triple threat. Carmella defending her SmackDown Women's Championship versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte. As much as I'd like to see Carmella drop that title to Becky Lynch, Becky is my pick to win. That's who I want to see win. Something tells me Charlotte and Becky won't be able to take their egos out of the equation. They will focus on themselves long enough for Carmella to find a way to eke out a win. And I think next month at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, that Carmella will finally lose that women's championship, hopefully to Becky Lynch. And then you go into the Evolution pay-per-view doing Becky and Charlotte. There you go. That's the way I'd love to see it happen. I would love to see Becky get her moment here at SummerSlam. Hell, even, you could have Charlotte win and then have Becky beat her at Evolution. Whatever way gets us to Becky Lynch winning that women's championship, because she's been so desperately underutilized for the last 2 years, as they said on SmackDown this past week. I would love to see it. And when it was originally one-on-one, I'm thinking, yeah, Becky's going to win here. But now with the inclusion of Charlotte and the way they've been building up that animosity and tension, and, something just tells me that Carmella will retain the title, only to lose it next month. So, yeah, Carmella, I'm predicting, will walk out with the SmackDown Women's Championship. Well, this is a match that I originally didn't care about when it was first announced. Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins, with Drew McIntyre in Dolph Ziggler's corner, and the returning Dean Ambrose. When Ambrose was announced and returned this past Monday on Raw, I was like, oh boy. Now I care about this match. I knew they had to give me something to care about this match. This is it. To see what happens with Dean Ambrose. Does he help his friend Seth Rollins win? Or does he cost him for Rollins injuring him in storyline? And then do we get a great feud between Rollins and Ambrose with the roles reversed heading into the fall? Because Lord knows Monday Night Raw could use a feud like that. Raw has just been sputtering. Although this past Monday, I have to say, I thought Raw was good for the first time in a long time. So hopefully we keep that going heading into the fall. I doubt it, but we'll see. But yeah, I really think with the inclusion of Ambrose, it'll be really interesting to see what direction this match goes in. It was so great to see Dean back. He's looking all jacked. He's got a new haircut. Doesn't even look like this anymore. It's a new Dean Ambrose. Does that mean we finally see Dean Ambrose turn heel? He hasn't been heel since, he was with the Shield. He's been babyface all this time. And really, he's been just so stale as a babyface before he got hurt. I felt like there was a possibility of them building to a heel turn. Then he got injured. Is now the time to do that at SummerSlam. So for this match, I predict that Dolph Ziggler will retain. And Dean Ambrose will turn heel, costing Seth Rollins the match. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. Mr. Monster in the Bank versus KO with the Money in the Bank contract on the line. This will be an interesting one because I think whoever wins this match, there's a chance that they walk out of this show with the Universal Championship. As much as I'd like to see Braun Strowman cash in and win that title, be awesome. I think he will be Universal Champion one day. Something tells me that Kevin Owens will be able to find a way to defeat Braun Strowman. Because I really don't think Braun needs Money in the Bank. When he won it, I was like, oh, that's cool, Braun Strowman. He's one of my favorites. But it's like, does he really need to be Mr. Money in the Bank? Mr. Monster in the Bank, as he would say. I don't think he does. And if he lost the briefcase, I don't think it would hurt him one bit. That's just me. But as far as this match goes, I think it's very likely that Kevin Owens could win. And that'll, of course, factor into the main event, which I will talk about here shortly. We're getting there. So I'm predicting Kevin Owens to defeat Braun Strowman. Not clean, but some type of nefarious way. Alexa Bliss, Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship. I'm looking forward to seeing the moment when Ronda locks in the armbar, breaks Alexa Bliss's arm, and win the Raw Women's Championship. That's what this has all been building to. Alexa Bliss screwed Ronda out of winning the championship at Money in the Bank, sneaking in, cashing in, taking that title. This has all been building to Ronda versus Alexa. Should be a fun match. Rousey has yet to disappoint. I really thought she had an outstanding debut at WrestleMania. She had a good match with Nia Jax at Money in the Bank. And now here at SummerSlam. We'll see how she does, but so far, she's checked every, checked it all off. And Ronda, there's just this intensity that she brings about her, and I cannot wait to see her defeat Alexa Bliss for that Raw Women's Championship. I think there's only one logical outcome. It just makes sense. So I'm easily predicting that Ronda will defeat Alexa to become the Raw Women's Championship. Should make for a great moment in Brooklyn. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, another match I'm really looking forward to here at SummerSlam. AJ is on a tear as WWE Champion. And he just continues to, his number of days as champion, I should say, continues to grow and grow and grow. He's at over 281 days, and he has now surpassed JBL, making him the longest reigning world champion to be exclusive to SmackDown. That's great to see. I don't think, Joe's going to win it here. I really don't. I think somehow, some way, AJ is going to retain. He's the focal point of the 2K18 or 19, excuse me. He's on the cover. He's done really well as WWE champion. I'd love to see Joe win that title, but I also wouldn't mind seeing AJ retain. So either way, whoever walks out winner of this match, Joe could beat him. I could very well see that happening. But something tells me that AJ is going to retain his WWE championship and that this feud between them is just getting started. And by the end of it, we could definitely see Samoa Joe as WWE champion, but I don't see it right here, right now at SummerSlam. But it should be a really, really, really good match. And then finally, Brock Lesnar versus the big dog, Roman Reigns. I hope that was as annoying as Michael Cole. I tried. I really did. Who's ready for Lesnar versus Reigns 4? Let me hear you guys. Come on. I can't hear you. No? Okay. Just have Roman win and get this over with. I said this at WrestleMania. I was fine with Roman winning. And here we are at SummerSlam. I mean, they had me interested in what whose side Heyman was going to be on, and then they kind of just blew it off on Raw, unless that's a swerve of a swerve of a swerve. I don't know. I am so over Lesnar being champion. I'm fine with Roman beating him for the title. Just get it over with. Let's move on to something else and have a full-time Universal Champion on Raw. Wouldn't that be nice with the fruit roll-up? It's been over a year. It's time. It was time at WrestleMania. The time is now. Now, I think Roman's going to win, but then I'm going even farther to say that Kevin Owens will cash in Money in the Bank and become Universal Champion. That's my bold prediction there for SummerSlam. And guys, back up here. There we go. So, yeah, guys. That's my preview and predictions for SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Be sure to leave your comments down below in the comment section for your preview and predictions. For your predictions, I should say, for SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver. Of course, I will be back up here for live reaction videos for SummerSlam. I'll have the full list posted on my Twitter page and also on my Facebook page, so stay tuned for that. Live SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver reviews this weekend following both shows. So there's a lot of content coming soon to this channel. So stay tuned for that, guys. So that about does it here for my preview and predictions video. Thank you guys for tuning in to watch. And, yeah, enjoy SummerSlam weekend, guys. Hopefully it delivers. So until then, guys, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.